Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Run the thumbs up on these videos. We appreciate you guys being here. Let's start back in 2016 before we talk about the offensive coordinator hot board. Look at all the offensive coordinators that have been here since 2016, from Lane Kiffin all the way to Ryan Grubb in 2024. That is an extensive list. Right now, when you look to Alabama's offensive coaches and defensive coaches right here, you see up at the top, Caleb DeBoer. He could very well be the offensive coordinator at Alabama. Nothing wrong with it, right? You have Kyle Shanahan calling the plays for the 49ers. You have Steve Sarkisian calling the plays for Texas. On the bottom, you have Ryan Grubb and Scott Huff are expected to head to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, let's look at some names right here, and I want to get your take inside the comment box about these coaches when we are discussing potential offensive coordinator candidates for the University of Alabama. Let's start with Alex Golesh. Now, everybody remembers Tennessee's offense from 2022. They beat Alabama head-to-head, and Alex Golesh just faced Alabama this last season, and I like the way that he was creative with the Bulls' offense, to be honest. He used the entire stretch of the field. He had a really good quarterback. I think he could thrive at Alabama, to be honest. I want to get your take. Does it make sense? I mean, he's the head football coach at South Florida, and I know that Alabama and South Florida even playing each other. What do you think about Alex Golesh? Want to hear from you inside the comment box. Brian Hartline. Now, this was a name that we came up with today on Bama Football on YouTube right here during our live segment. As you can see, he is the current offensive coordinator, wide receivers coach with the Ohio State Buckeyes. And what do you guys think about this? I mean, he's only 37 years old. As you can see, he's been at Ohio State for quite some time, played in the league. What is your take about Brian Hartline? I know a lot of people were mentioning him this morning. All right, we continue with Byron Leftwich. Now, you're like, what? How does a NFL coach kind of fit into the college ranks? I personally don't think that a lot of these NFL coaches are going to come to the college ranks. I think Byron Leftwich is a name that has been brought up. I just don't see it, and he was recently fired from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just don't see any of these NFL coaches coming to college football, like Eric Bieniemy, who, by the way, I think he will be an eventual head coach, or the offensive coach for the Eagles. I just don't think that's realistic. Chip Lindsey, he is the offensive coordinator for North Carolina. What do you think about this? He's from Madison, Alabama, and currently the offensive coordinator at North Carolina, where he works with the quarterbacks. He's been at Central Florida. He was at Troy as the head football coach, Auburn from 2017, 2018. Extensive list. He's age 49. Okay, Garrett Riley. What do you think about this name? The brother to Lincoln Riley. He's the current offensive coordinator at Clemson. Is this a reality, or like Coach Smook says, is this a reach? I want to hear from you. He's at Clemson since 2023. Before that, he was at TCU, SMU, Appalachian State. We continue with our hot board. How about this name? This is interesting. Kendall Briles. All right, he's the offensive coordinator at TCU. He's only 41 years old. He's a hot name. He's at TCU, where he's the assistant head football coach, the offensive coordinator, the quarterbacks coach. Before that, from 2020 to 2022, at Arkansas as the offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach at Florida State. And at Houston, I want to get your take on Kendall Briles inside the comment box. Now, Kirby Moore. Now, this is a name that a lot of people are excited about, okay? So currently making 1.2. He's at Missouri. Missouri, did a great job under Eli Drinkwitz. He's a younger guy, has some good experience. You see the ties back to Fresno State. Could this be something that does really have steam? We've seen a lot of people talking about this morning. What do you think about Kirby Moore? Today on Bama Football on YouTube, when I was taking your calls, this was the name that everybody was most interested in, to be honest. So I want to get your take on Kirby Moore. We continue, a couple more to go through. Curtis Riggs. Who's Curtis Riggs? Well, he's retired, but he was the head football coach and the general manager at the University of Sioux Falls. He won 11 indoor football championships. He's the four-time coach of the year, inducted to the Indoor Football Hall of Fame. Is this a reality or a reach thing with Riggs? I think people would be excited to have him, and I think he's best friends with Coach Kalen DeBoer, right? I'm not sure about this, but certainly qualified. And I like the indoor football. I mean, who doesn't like it in terms of an entertainment standpoint? All right, Tom Herman. Okay, what do you think about this one? He's the current head football coach at Florida Atlantic. He was the head football coach from 2017 to 2020 with Texas. He was also a head football coach at Houston, made stops at Ohio State, Iowa State, not 50 yet. He's the head football coach. Is this how are you guys feeling about this one as well? All right, let's talk about Warren Ruggiero, currently the offensive coordinator at Wake Forest, okay? From Wake Forest. Before that, he was at Bowling Green, Kansas State. He was a Broyles Award winner not too long ago, almost 60 years old, probably be one of the older coaches that we have on this hot board. But want to get your take on Warren Ruggiero, and you know, that's a name that has been brought up as well. Let me know what you think about these names. Who stands out to you in terms of being a legitimate candidate? What do you think that Coach Kalen DeBoer is going to do moving forward? It seems like Kirby Moore could be a great addition. Or do you think that Alabama is going to have a offensive coordinator title? Or do you think Coach Kalen DeBoer is just going to be straight up be the offensive coordinator? I want to hear from you inside the comment box. I think what makes most sense to me is to go with Kirby Moore, to be honest. I really like him, and I think I'm going to talk about this more on Monday in terms of what coaches make the most sense to me. Kendall Briles also really stands out. I mean, he has a lot of offensive coordinator experience, plus he works with the quarterbacks. I think when you look to Garrett Riley, he just got to Clemson, doesn't really make sense to me. Chip Lindsey, that's a name that has certainly been kicked around a few times when Alabama has been looking for offensive coordinator. Byron Leftwich, I think he's out. I don't think NFL coaches want to come to college football at this point in time. As I said earlier on this video, like if you're Eric Bieniemy, like number one, and no disrespect to Alabama, but coming to it as an OC, that's a step down, all right? And I think eventually he's going to be a head football coach in the NFL. And I'm surprised he's not already an NFL head coach. So that's kind of, I think sooner or later that will be the case. Brian Hartline, that doesn't seem realistic to me. Alex Golesh, I wouldn't be mad at this at all. I don't think it's going to work out. I don't even know if they're targeting him, to be honest. But I think he's one of the better minds in college football, to be honest. I think he's a guy that's on the rise for sure. Curtis Riggs, I think he's retired. I think he'd be out. Tom Herman, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. A lot of people were saying on a scale of like 1 to 10 that they would be moderately interested. But again, I want to get your take inside the comment box, and I'll put the names below. So kind of looking overall the list, you have some good candidates, and look, who knows what coach is going to do. But if I had to pick today, this is who I would probably go with, is Kirby Moore from Missouri. I mean, it seems like, he's got he's a younger guy. He understands the system. And I think he could do some work coming to Alabama. But I want to hear from you inside the comment box. And throw out your name. Give me your top 3 offensive coordinator candidates inside the comment box. Can't wait to hear from you right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And also, if you're watching this video before the Super Bowl, who do you got? The 49ers, or do you got the Chiefs? My name is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys being here. Run the thumbs up on all these videos, and definitely I appreciate you guys supporting the product right here, Bama Football on YouTube.